how I'd say you fill a plate properly. Oh. Meaty goodness.
That was really tasty. Like, delicious. I should have a woman in here cooking for me every night when I get off work. What do you think? Nah, been there, done that. But speaking of that, after the last video I put up, it seemed that a lot of you were surprised about Jessica living in her van. And I don't get it. I've been doing this for so long, and I would say at least 35–40% of full-time van dwellers and RVers are women. They're everywhere. And some people seem surprised. I think that those of you that are surprised by that really need to get off YouTube and get out in the world. YouTube is not the place to look, you know, to really discover this sort of thing. Very few people doing this lifestyle are on YouTube. In fact, we are the very small minority. I've said it before, I'll say it again, but just to give you perspective, most people who live in their RVs and vans, whether they're travelers or whether they're city urban dwellers like I am, they don't have YouTube channels. Most of them might watch a cat video here and there, but a lot of them don't even have internet, and they're happy not having internet. It's quite normal. And those that do have internet, the vast majority of them do not want to turn a camera on and point it at their face and put it all over the internet for the whole world to see. A lot of them are shy. Some are afraid. They're afraid of authorities cracking down on them and whatnot. And when it comes to women, a lot of them would be afraid to put themselves out there about them living in their RVs and vans. You know, depending on where you live, I guess it could make a difference. But think about that. There are plenty of men that are afraid to put themselves out there, you know, and divulge their lifestyle to the whole world and what they're living in and where they live. So if there's a lot of men that are afraid to do that, why would you be surprised that there aren't very many women doing it on YouTube? Now, that being said, I would say out of every 1,000 people doing this lifestyle, maybe I could count the number of YouTube channels on one hand. Maybe. Alright? I'm sure there's others that watch YouTube channels, but actually record videos and talk about their lifestyle on YouTube, it's very rare. And there's a lot, like if you really want to get into this lifestyle and you want to see other people doing it, YouTube's probably not the place for that. You just search the web, Google stuff. There are Facebook groups chock full of thousands of people doing this. Very, very few of them actually have YouTube videos, but they talk to each other on Facebook groups. It's very common. Instagram, I would say, is one of the most popular platforms. Every time I click on the hashtag van life or RV life or home is where you park it and all these other, you know, nomad related hashtags, you will find tons of people's Instagram accounts from all around the world, men, women alike. And if you were to look at the Instagram demographics of people living in their vans and putting pictures up on Instagram every day, it actually looks like females are in the majority, and there's more girls doing it than there are men. So, you know, don't let your perception be skewed just because you're on this one website called YouTube and this one platform where maybe a few people have videos. And, you know, that being said, there still are a lot of girls on YouTube. I've shown on my videos lots of them, and if you do some searching, I'm subscribed, I believe, to at least 40 women in their vans on YouTube. At least 40, maybe 50 women in vans and RVs. Some traveling around, some are urban camping, and some are just RV park type, staying in RV parks. But I don't think there's any difference in demographics from a girl living in a motorhome like Jessica is, or anyone else, as opposed to the demographic of girls who live alone in apartments in the city. I think that it's really not that much different, and it doesn't seem abnormal to me. In fact, when I was doing that interview down at the beach with Jessica, within 5 minutes of where we were parked, where we did that interview, there I could count at least 3 or 4 other girls living in their RVs, all within those parking lots at the beach. It's totally normal, guys. So, you know, get off YouTube maybe, start looking at other social media platforms, and start looking at blogs and websites that a lot of women put up as well. It's totally normal. Doesn't matter whether you're male or female. That doesn't mean that they're all going to go out there and talk about it online, but they are out there in the real world, and that's all that matters, and it's awesome. Keep on rocking the free world.
Keep on rocking the free world!
So, how many degrees Fahrenheit is 30 kilometers an hour?
How many gallons in a liter?
Celsius.
Yeah.